Sadly, the book dealer did not know the book's exact present location, only that it had a red cover, and that Geralt should look for it in his stacks of dusty tomes and manuscripts. Well, there's a problem. Red seems to be a very common color, so... Oh, found it! The Merry Adventures of Muriel the Lovely Harlot. Illustrated edition. Really?
The Merry Adventures of Muriel the Lovely Harlot, adorned with humorous engravings.
Dandelion, maybe? Possibly? Or there's something hidden in the book. Or is this just a prank? On one occasion, Muriel went on a journey to see her auntie in Maribor, accompanied by her nursemaid. Their path took them through a forest, and in this forest lived a rancorous troop of bandits. This infamous group was led by Flynn Selms, and all the king's men had been unable to bring them to justice. Alas, such was Muriel's great misfortune that these bandits chose to attack her carriage. Muriel's nursemaid was old, blind, and deaf. She did not wake when a tree fell in front of their carriage with a loud thud, nor when the bandits fought a fierce battle against their guardsmen. When Flynn ripped open the carriage door with his muscular arms and stepped inside, Muriel had to deal with the danger herself. "Make our guest comfortable, young lady," the old nursemaid muttered in her sleep, and Muriel obediently carried out her instructions. Okay... Well... Wait, hold up. Is that the book we're looking for? That can't be the book we're looking for. Is there another book that we might be looking for? Clearly it's not this book, I figure. Maybe this one. The treatment of furuncles through cauterization.
The treatment of furuncles through cauterization. A study.
Okay. Everyone's seen a boil, usually more than they'd care to. These deformities don't just mar your beauty, they can be signs of disease, or even the disease's cause an epicenter. If your lungs wheeze and your heart flutters, or if you're just sick of pustules, you can carve them off and be free of this ill for good. Yuck. When you go to carve off a boil, use a sharp knife which you've had a dog lick thoroughly beforehand, for a dog's tongue works wonders in healing wounds. You've got to be brave as you go about it, slicing as confidently and steadily as if carving off a hunk of cheese, then quickly cauterize the resultant wound using a red-hot poker. Don't pay any mind to screams or tears. Thus, bile and other humours need to be gathered in a basin, then dumped in a pit and the pit covered, else the illness might return. Again, not the book we're looking for, that sounds just gross. We're not taking the books. My manifesto, the life of Jacques de Aldesburg.
My manifesto. Must be it. There's a letter inside.
Interesting. Well, in regards to the manifesto itself, the reasons for choosing Jacques de Aldesburg as Grandmaster remain a mystery. The Order of the White Rose has gone through a crisis in those times and was on the verge of collapse, so one might guess that the Brethren wished to have someone decisive as their leaders, someone with a clear vision. The Aldesburg was precisely such a man. One of his first decisions was to change the Brotherhood's name to the Order of the Flaming Rose. The most puzzling aspect, however, is that the Order and the King himself decided to trust a man who, for all intents and purposes, had appeared out of nowhere. They say he was a wanderer, an itinerant priest who moved crowds with his speeches declaiming non-humans. They say he worked miracles and showed his flock visions of a world destroyed by the White Frost. He was undoubtedly a man of great charisma, one instilled with unshakable principles which he in turn tried to instill in others. Was he truly a source? Was he indeed gifted with raw magic talent? That we will never know for sure. Well, he was a source, alright. Definitely. I can't remember what his original name was, but he was a source. He died by our blade. But a letter. A letter from A. Witcher. In the ocean of possibilities, some events are more likely and some less. It is not easy to fish out the first, not even when one's intellect stretches through all time and space. I left this letter for you in the hope that, despite all odds, you will come across it one day. For I must warn you, mankind is threatened. The prophesied destruction by the white frost is not just the babbling of some mad she-elf. Perhaps I will have the opportunity to convince you of this in person. If not, I must rely on this letter, for you will read many years from now, at a time when you know more than you did when we first met. Know that nothing will save the world except preparing its entire population for this catastrophe. The old tales say a child of the Elder blood can stave off the danger, but I tried and failed. Ever since I have been haunted by a hideous vision, a crowned wraith, the spectre of my failures. I was the chosen one, and the chosen one failed. You and your brotherhood are our only hope. When the time of the wolf's blizzard comes, men shall perish and only the Ubermen will survive. Your duty is to give the world Ubermen. Whatever you think of me, do not feel as I have. Is this from that kid? But slightly older, like he teleported through time using a source magic. God, I can't remember his name. But if it is the person who I think it is, well, yeah. A message from an old friend. Geralt found the book and inside it a letter from someone he had once known. Though he gave no outward sign of it, this filled him with touching recollections of old times. To this day, I don't know who the old friend was, nor what he had written in the letter. And that's a shame, for judging by Geralt's behavior, therein lies a very interesting tale. Was it Albert? Again, I really don't know.
And displayed in the sideshow of a circus.
However the case may be, I'm still not sure if I've found the right book, so let's continue. Moribundia, the vampire's last likeness. I'm just gonna continue reading now I can. Thereupon Isabella took Edward's glistening visage in her hand and embraced his icy lips, which were twisted into a cynical grin. "Forgive me, my love," she whispered, stifling the sobs heaving her bosom. "But my heart doth long for fiercer passion for yon werewolf, whom thou hadst with all thy vampiric thoughts." "'Tis for the best," spoke Edward, shifting his pale face towards the equally pale moon. "With me thy life was ever endangered. With yon werewolf thou shalt know peace and happiness." This is a reference. And I'm glad I can't remember their names, but God. Sparkle vampires. Dear oh dear. Edward turned around and took a step towards the exit, but Isabella grabbed his wrist and bade her stop. The touch of her hand was so tender, his heart nearly began to beat anew after centuries of deathly stillness. "There is more," spoke she, averting his penetrating gaze. "I am with child." Gasp, the plot twist. Oh, excuse me, stealing this book as well. Tyromancy, or the noble art of what now? Cheese divination? Seriously? There are some weird, bloody books out there. What splendid diversity reigns in the kingdom of cheese! The ripened curd can be white or blue, hard or soft, fresh or aged, from the milk of cows, sheep or goats, brined, pickled or untouched. This list could go on till the end of time, and each of them, every last slice, every morsel and crumb, not only brings with it an unmatched rush of sensory experience, but in the right hands can be made to reveal the universe's most closely guarded secrets. Yes, I'm talking about cheese. For cheese, like the innards of a sacrificed animal, the flight of a swallow, or vivid dreams can be used for divination. The depths and size of a cheese's holes would reveal when rains will fall in the coming year, while the color or mold veins tell who shall love whom, and the scent of a heart granapado predicts which army will vanquish its foes and which shall perish. The best divination, however, is done using the ancient method of fondue. One must simply melt 2 different kinds of cheese, preferably Emmental and Gruyere, in white wine or, in a pinch, in a dry apple cider. Then one must use a long stick to immense a morsel of bread in the resultant thick soupy mixture, all while keeping in mind the question, what shall my child be like when he, or she, as the case may be, grows? Then bring the cheese-covered morsel of bread up to a candle so that it casts a shadow on the wall. The shape will provide a sure and easy understood answer to your query. What the hell am I reading here? Honestly, seriously, dear. Oh dear. Well, good sir, I thank you very much for keeping this book handy at all times.
Interested in books? You don't look the scholar, but well, we've ones with drawings as well.
Oh, I can read, don't you worry. But what I'm more interested in, honestly, is playing cards. Definitely. Like, that's all we do here.
Up for a few rounds of Gwent?
And I might return to you in the future, once I've retrieved some of my books from my stash that I no longer have any need for, and maybe retrieve a few crowns for it. But for now, is everyone playing here with a Squire-tile deck? Seems to be the case. Anyway, I got 2 Gwent Reavers, I've got Film Trenton Mirth, I want to get rid of Kira Metz, maybe? Another decoy. I'll get rid of Katwini Siege Experts. This could be better. Definitely could be better. But your turn first. Dandelion? What? What? No. Show this card. Dandelion. You're a cynic, a lecher, a warmonger, a liar, and my best friend. Okay, brilliant. But Commander's Horn doubles the strength of all unit cards in a row, limit to 1. Does this... This is like a war horn with 2 strength. Can you place another war horn here? Like limited to 1 per row, so... If I play you, I'm going to empower you, aren't I? You're going to go to 10. Oh god. That's kind of... Oh, you passed. Well, that's a shame. That's a real shame. Like, it would be a real shame if someone plays Film Trenton Mirth and destroyed you here. Like, whoops, it happens. But still, that's terrifying. Oh god. Okay, well, in this case, I am so going to die, aren't I? Oh, this is gonna be bad. Okay. I need to win this, no matter what. But if I can draw out as many cards as I can from you. 10 strength in total, that's pretty nice. Okay, let's say I play 2 Putrid Reavers. No, I play 2 Blue Stripe Commandos. I force you to use as many cards as you possibly can, and upon doing so, I can bring the 2 Blue Stripe Commandos back with the decoys. That's how this works. And you won't be able to scorch this. Right? Oh, that's even better. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. I'll continue playing in that case. Do you really want to go this way? We might go all out. Just maybe. If you keep throwing around hero cards, like how many do you have? Oh boy. Well, this is fine. You can't scorch me. I hope. I really hope. This is gonna be scary. And I don't have Film Trenton Mirth. And I won't be able to get him out anyway. Okay. This is the best time for this anyway. So, here we go. You can't scorch me, but I do have the advantage. I so hope you're not going to scorch me. Okay, I don't think I want to play these. Well, I could play one of them. I could play both, no issue. And I can bring them back. I think I have to win this in the next round. Wow. That's terrifying. I mean, you're not going to win this, but that's still terrifying. This is fine, right? How much? Also, you've got a card for Siri, but how much? What? Cyrilla, Fiona, Elandrian on 15 bloody strength. I want that. That's amazing. Okay, I should decoy. You need to win this. So if I decoy you, everything is fine, right? You've got 3 Commander Warhorns in your deck, plus a Dandelion Commander Warhorn. What? That's painful. But it's not enough. You can blow your own horn as much as you like. Wow. Wow. If only I had Fighting Frost right now, but wow. That is quite something. Well, you've lost, friends. You have lost. This is why you don't waste all your cards. I mean, you were kind of forced to, I'll admit that, but nonetheless. Still, don't blow your own horn too early, in case you haven't won yet. And there we go. Victory for me. So, what do we get from that? I'm standing on top of some books, aren't I? Yeah. Elven Skirmisher. Oh, I already got that one, but I'm happy with it, so thank you. I will return to you in a little bit, because there's... In the future, I will return to you, because I will go to my stash in the nearby future, bring my books back, and sell them to you, because that's what we do. Olivier is in the neighborhood. We will play him next time, I guess, because for now, I am interested in this notice board while we're at it. So let's see. Personal announcement. Widower, 60 years of age, of medium height, above average intellect, possessing a fortune in both species and real estate, seeks old maid or childless widow of a similar age or somewhat older, preferably from a landed family. Those interests are requested to send a missive with a faithful engraving of their likeness included, to post through Restante, Gildorf, CO Romantic. PS, no response will be given to letters without a full name and valid return address. BPS, women of the elder races, halflings in particularly, need not inquire. What that mean? Contract. Haunted house. I seek a witcher of unsullied reputation. Documentation regarding prior achievements and written references preferred. Who will undertake the task of combining or combing the residents on the outskirts of the city recently acquired by the undersigned Count Kurt Dysart in order to find and drive off or kill the creature which is haunting it. A sizable reward is guaranteed. Sincerely, Kurt Dysart, Count of Anchor by writ of King Voltest, temporarily in residence at the Kingfisher. I'll take that, thank you. And a contract on an imp. On behalf of the Merchants Guild, I hereby announce the following. A particularly bold beast, an imp to our thinking, has taken to thieving in the market near the city gates. Though it has not yet harmed any humans, this monster has caused a great deal of irrecoverable financial loss. Whoever tracks down and kills this imp shall receive a hefty reward, one free of all taxes, in accordance with our honourable city councilman's decree numbered God knows what. Do not tarry in providing us assistance, good people, for retail trade is the backbone of a healthy economy, meaning the financial well-being of the city's merchants lies in all of your best interests. Sylvester Amello, Merchants. Okay. Stay out of the sewers. We would like to inform all venerable residents of Novigrad that last week the temple guard fished 3 bodies of the following descriptions out of the city's sewers. Male of moderate age, clad in rich apparel, with a birthmark on his upper shoulder. Female, elderly, dressed in blue night skirts, numerous blunt trauma wounds all over the body. And male, young, naked, indecent tattoo on his groinal area. These bodies will be examined and identified by the end of the month, then cremated. We would like to take this opportunity to warn our dear townsmen and women against entering the sewers. Despite continual efforts on the part of our brave temple guard, they remain an extraordinarily dangerous place. The city council of the free city of Novigrad. Yeah, don't go to places where you don't belong, basically. And no, not burning hot fire. I'm just taking those so no one else can read them. Ha. And monster in the bits. By order of the city council number God knows what, a reward has been set aside for the killing of the monster which torments and murders residents of the bits after dark. The only acceptable proof of having performed this deed shall be a trophy taken from the monster's body. Yes, this means your mother's or cousin's or aunt's eyewitness testimony will not suffice, nor will the sworn word of any other person, regardless of his or her claimed relationship to you, the Iraq, or anyone else, and also without carrying on with for his or her alleged trustworthiness, which supposedly can be attested to by anyone at your favorite drinking hall. So proper proof. Makes sense. For more information and or to collect the reward, see the District Superintendent for the Bits, Lund, by British City Council, Superintendent of the Bits. Oh, don't punch the notice board. What has that notice board done to us? Yeah? Dear oh dear. Well, a contract on an elusive thief. Likewise. A contract, doors slamming shut. And finally, I think, following the thread. While wallowing in the bits, Novigrad's worst and most notorious slum, the Witcher took a contract on a monster committing horrendous murders under the cover of darkness. At the time, he never suspected that a story starting in the gutter would end in a luxurious manner. All we have got to do is follow the thread. And doors slamming shut. Sprawling out-of-town manors always hide their fair share of mysteries, and the residents of Novigrad's outskirts were no exception. When Geralt found out about a haunted manor owned by a certain Kurt Dysart, he agreed at once to look into the matter. And lastly, an elusive thief. A Novigrad merchant by the name of Sylvester Armello had hung a notice on the Novigrad board asking for help in tracking down a thieving imp. It seemed the Merchants Guild was being pestered by a mysterious creature who kept stealing wares from its members' stalls. Geralt accepted the job. Well, I certainly expected there to be quite a bit to do, and we haven't even explored like what? 30% of the town? The city? Like this entire area. All the way over here, even further up north. Novigrad is massive. And all the while, I think the first thing right now before we do anything else, like we could be distracted by an elusive thief, we could play more Gwent with Olivier for more unique cards and whatnot, we could help the guards with their deadly delights. But right now, I do want to know if there's anything to be found in regarding to Triss Merigold.
As the Emperor's spies told him, Ciri had reached Novigrad. A lone attempt to find her in the North's largest city would certainly fail. But Geralt had friends he could count on. The Witcher decided to contact Triss Merigold.
Now the last bit of information that we had on Triss's whereabouts was the fact that she apparently had a cozy little flat on the main square, which should be right around here. Quite possibly that house right over there. But ever since then, we know that she is wanted. And what are the possible chances that she is still right here in her house? Like, if she is still around here, I'm willing to bet all my crowns on it that she isn't inside of the house. She would be a fool if she was around here, that's all I'm saying, basically. Like, or she isn't, she just changed her appearance, because we know that mages can change their appearance. Cast spells are gonna flash. Yeah, that was kinda what I was expecting. Gentlemen! Did you place the graffiti? There's more.
Hey, sod off. We're looting here.
And you're not aware that that is totally against the law of Novigrad? I mean, I could turn you in right now to the guards, so how about you talk and tell me what you know?
Not here for the loot. Interested in the sorceress who lived here.
And we're supposed to believe that?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Most likely hiding in some rat trap with the rest of them.
And this might be a foolish question, because I already know the answer, but why is she in hiding according to you?
Who's she hiding from?
Temple Guard's cracking down. All mages are fair game. Yeah, they round them up like rats.
Yeah, figured as much. Okay, so all the mages are in hiding. Do you know anyone who might be aware of where they might be hiding?
Someone's gotta know more.
I'd look for her in the Putrid Grove.
The what? That's a lovely name.
Putrid Grove. Interesting, as names go.
A hive of scum and freakery if there ever was one. No decent folk show their hides there.
That why you think I should look for my friend there?
Oh, I meant no offence.
Well, offense taken at least a little bit. So, this Putrid Grove, where would this be, eh?
Putrid Grove. Where is it?
I wouldn't know. Rumour has it, it's a place for freaks and oddities. You'd fit in well there.
Again,
Maybe.
offense taken.
Thing is, gotta know how to get there.
They say you've got to get there through the sewers, but you've got to enter them outside of town. Few know where exactly, though.
Ask a beggar. Or spot yourself a thief, follow him. Beggars and thieves got to pay tribute to the king of beggars. Word is, they do it in the grove.
Mean to say the local beggars have a king, crown, scepter, and all that?
Wouldn't scoff, mate. King of beggars, it's a moniker. Yeah, for a man who everyone in Novigrad respects deeply.
And watch yourself. Menger himself don't even go to the grove.
Someone call for me. Wonder why.
Speak of the devil.
Smenga.
Temple God.
Thieving vermin to the confession chamber.
What, but sir, what's the offence? This is some sorcerer's bitchy shop.
Think that gives you the right to steal her property.
Well, sorcerers, mages of all types are outlaws.
But by law, the temple guard takes possession of their belongings, and the rule of law still holds in Novigrad.
Okay, when I speak about getting the guards, I did not get these guards.
About a moth a mile away.
Do you know that bats don't sniff? They actually... It's all about their hearing, not their sense of smell. Yeah, let's be a little bit antagonistic here.
Got nothing to do with their sense of smell. It's about their hearing.
Well, well. Man knows his bats. Here I thought you only cared about monsters.
Well, I
Those
care about
bats
monsters in
sense
Ekimara.
moths, so I sense freaks. And start by warning them. Novigrad's no place for your kind.
Yeah, that much is clear from this warm welcome. So for who is it then, in that case? Just the humans?
Heard Novigrad was no place for mages. Now you're telling me it's no place for witchers. So who's it a place for?
Righteous folk professing the one true faith in the eternal fire. Nothing I can do to you now, but just know that I know you're here. One misstep, one error, you'll make a mistake, it's inevitable. I'll be the first to learn of it, and when I do, it'll be standard procedure, like for every magic oddity who dares taint this city's air. Be seeing you.
Oh, how I wish to punch him in the face right now, stab him with a sword, and maybe put him on a pyre myself. I mean, it cleanses, right? Real the gravity, my god. Or graffiti, not gravity. Well, they laid claim to this. Did they? What are the chances that they inventorized everything that's been thrown out here, that they know exactly what was here? Who's to say that someone else didn't steal any of this? Because this is certainly mine. Dear. Oh dear. Now I would have almost forgotten after all that's happened ever since the whole pyre burning right at the square here, but we've got some information on this Caleb Mensch. Menge? I think it was Caleb Mensch. Anyway, in those days, rampant persecution and the smoke of 100 pyres choked Novigrad's air. This grim climate provided cover in which a great many bloody butchers built comfortable nests for themselves. Drummed up conspiracies, mass arrests, and show trials resulting in group executions were the favorite building blocks. Caleb Mensch, the fanatically ambitious commander of the Church of the Eternal Fire's Temple Guard, was one such opportunist. His moment of triumph coming when he unmasked his superior, the former Temple Guard commander Chappelle, as a Doppler in disguise. Geralt first saw Menge lighting Chapel's pyre in Novigrad's main square and had no doubt that, for this man, the appellation fanatical whoreson was too mild by far. Yeah, this Chapel, apparently we knew him. Geralt and I had long known that Chapel, Chancellor of Security for the Church of the Eternal Fire in Novigrad, had died years ago and had been replaced by a Doppler masquerading under his name. We didn't breathe a word of this to anyone, of course, for the chance was decidedly in everyone's best interests. The Doppler had proved a reasonable creature deprived of the true Chapel's cruelty, and under his watch, life in the city had much improved. Sadly, the Chancellor's conciliatory style must have raised suspicions as a wave of terror and persecution began to swell over Novigrad. The Doppler was found out, arrested, and burned at the stake for the greater glory of the Eternal Fire. Brilliant. And apparently we just knew him indeed. Which is still strange, like the idea of a Doppler, someone who can change their appearance to anyone, that's an amazing skill, honestly, but also pretty terrifying. And we also had Felicia Corey. Geralt had been in situations where he could not prevent someone's death on more than one occasion. In fact, you might say he had grown accustomed to that particularly form of agony. It is another thing altogether, however, to stand powerless and watch the unjust, cruel execution of an acquaintance for whom one has developed a fondness. Such was his lot as regards Felicia Corey, a young sorceress whom Geralt had met while chasing the Kingslayer, Letho. Though Geralt had not gotten to know her deeply, he had nonetheless taken a liking to this former pupil of Philippa Eilhart, who had seemed to him a pleasant and enterprising young woman. Yet she was a wielder of magic and, as such, met her end on a pyre. And lastly, it seems we've got some information on the Vime Vivaldi. The dwarves have been in the banking business since the legendary King Desmond of Temeria was just a snot-nosed brat in short trousers asking for more yam with his bread. Since then, the prominent dwarven banking families, the Giancardis, the Vivaldis and the Ciafanellis, sometimes names are difficult. They have only expanded their services, establishing branches in all the largest cities of the north. Vime Vivaldi carried the torch of this venerable tradition into modern times, growing the Novigrad branch of his family's bank until it was the largest in the city. Geralt and I had met him over a dozen years before our story begins, and had always appreciated his honesty and financial acumen, except for the fact that apparently if you lend 100 crowns he charges 130, even though only 10 seconds have passed. In any case, the latter he gave further proof of during the time in which our story takes place, for his bank remained profitable even in the face of growing non-human oppression. For as long as that might last though, cause you know that they will always search for a scapegoat, and if it's not the mages or the witchers, you can bet the non-humans will be next. In any case, Triss 100% isn't here. People certainly disliked her if they painted stuff like that on her walls. At least the image is not as ugly as the crookback bog witches. Yes, you hear me all the way over there in the swamp. Question now is though, did she by any chance leave anything behind in regards to a clue as to where she might have gone? Like, yes, we've got the Putrid Grove hint, but... Ooh, conjunction of spheres. Again, Caleb Menge probably didn't inventorize all of this, and I most definitely want to take all that I can find. Like, it was empty beforehand, and there were other thieves around here, surely. I'm gonna take that book anyway. Is this indeed Triss's home?
Hairbrush. Only ever known Triss to use one like this.
It indeed is Triss's home. Alright, my evening with a vampire, can sell that. Or, no, we can bring it back to Triss. That's what we're doing. We're totally not going to sell it to a bookstore.
Herbs? Roots? Triss turned to healing?
That might have been a thing, like, take Karametz for example. She was still a village witch, but she at least got the attention of the people, and as a herbalist, you can indeed get quite a few things done, even if you're a mage in the end. What are you?
Amulets are emanating magic. Gotta be Triss's. She was allergic to potions.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, that is such a long time ago. Weren't we... We had to brew a potion for Triss, but it had to be a special potion right in Kaer Morhen on... When we still lost our memory, basically. Brother Albert's bestiary. Yes, thank you. Let's see, what else have we got? Saltpeter, I'll take it. Yeah, Caleb Manch is not going to miss any of this. And if he does, well, screw him in that case. Steel plate, thank you. I'm just returning all of this once I find Triss. Ooh, Witcher signs. Yeah, I've got a little bit more of reading up to do, but as of right now, no sign just yet, but that might change at any moment. Starting with dumplings. I mean, apparently Hattori makes dumplings now, so yeah. I'll take that, thank you. I'll walk around the bottle.
Triss's. Never knew her to drop them on the floor.
Yeah. Either she didn't drop them on the floor, or she left in a really big hurry. And with the mess, like, there have been looters around, me included. But looters that make a bigger mess than me. Yeah, do we know how much of this was caused by her own hand? In any case, we've got, which not quite that you thought, we've got Rose of Remembrance. Wait. Okay, my memory is failing me right here, but when we went past the mist in Vergen, in order to get a petal for the Rose of Remembrance, didn't we get the entire rose in that situation, or just a petal? I'm not sure, but I'm taking this nonetheless.
The Rose of Remembrance. All dried up.
Time certainly flies, eh? In any case, yeah, that means we have got not a single lead right here. Which begs the question, what did the people say? Find a beggar or a thief? And possibly a sewer entrance at the outside of the city. Well, this is gonna be interesting. Let's see if we can find anything out here. Oh, talk about a shady individual.
Oh, deepest apologies, Governor.
Fetch some metal, you wretch.
Well, he won't fetch metal, but he will fetch metal. Because he just stole your coin. Okay, oh, I see you, I see you, I see you. Can I please start moving? Did he run here? Where did he... Okay, I apparently already lost a thief.
What next?
That's
Discretionary tribute to benefit
brilliant! I blame the fact that it's nighttime, because I already can't see him.
Let one stray in, and before you know it, the neighborhood's full of them.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, guess we'll be on the
He
lookout.
sensed something. Gotta stay further back.
Might I have a
Oh, this guy.
stop, thief?
Okay, for a moment I wasn't sure if we would still be able to find him, but... I guess our witch's senses helped us out in this case.
Why? Don't even let
Well,
you
we're just
talk.
on an evening stroll through the city of Novigrad. Ooh, look at the pretty lights. I'm interested in the lights. Where do the lights lead me? Where do the lights lead me? Greetings. Can I can enter, thank you.
Holy moly, you're a scary one.
I'm not that scary, honestly.
Sir, be merciful. Give us a crown, eh? Me mum's sick, and if I don't feed her, well, she's like to die of hunger.
You're slowing me down. Here.
Here.
Thank you, you gold-hearted man. Care to hear me tell a woe?
No, I'm a little
Some
bit
other
busy.
time. I'm in a hurry.
I think it was part of the plot to slow me down. But you're not slow bringing me down enough. Okay, where did you go? Okay, you're gonna keep on walking in that direction. That's fine. That's fine. That's definitely fine. Where are you going, my friend? Where did you go? Where did you go? Did I lose him? No, I... Oh. Oh, well, ain't that peachy brilliant, eh? Sneaky, thievery tricks. I'd love to go after the person who originally stole it, but hey, we've got someone who does not know me. That's a benefit. You never knew I was inside of that square. Obviously, I still would like to keep my distance, because it is such a lovely night in Novigrad. The atmosphere, the scent of the canal with all the excrement and whatnot that's probably floating inside of it. Okay, kids, don't bother me. Kids, don't bother me. Don't bother me. Don't bother me. Good, good, good. Where are you going, my friend? I'm just gonna keep on tailing you. If you start running... Greetings, good evening. Just on a stroll, don't worry. Yeah, if he starts running, I better chase him quickly. Although, I'd rather not have him figure out that I'm chasing him. At least he's not looking back over his shoulder. But nonetheless. Good evening, officer. What is... Seriously, stop spitting all over the place, people. You're just making everything worse. Oh boy. Glory Lane. Yeah, I'm going to places where I don't even know where the hell I am. And there's so many guards. Like, if there is a king of beggars, if there are this many thieves around, I should definitely keep an eye on him. Okay. I'm still after the right guy, right? Yeah, I am. Wait. Are you telling me I can finally meet that merchant here? Okay. Are you waiting? You passed off the coin, didn't even have to enter, eh? But this is the place. This is where the merchant was, where I couldn't enter. Well, apparently I now have a reason. Good evening.
Open up.
Who are you and what do you want?
I'm just a curious civilian. What have you got back there?
Doing some sightseeing. Kinda curious about what's beyond this gate.
My brother-in-law was curious. Worms been eating him for 5 years now.
Well, apparently in that case he was curious but not smart or that well versed in self-defense. Honestly, this is supposed to be the Putrid Grove, eh? A place for freaks. And you can't tell? I'm a freak.
Take a look. What do you see?
Yellow eyes, pair of swords, mutated killer, methinks.
Heard this place was a meeting spot for oddities.
Heard right. Know the password, get him free. Don't know it, gotta contribute to the Grove's upkeep.
Don't know the password.
Pay up then.
How much would that be? Oh, what would you know? I have to remember the password. The password is let me in.
I won't pay. Let me in.
Yes, sir.
God, I love Axie. And so, welcome to the Putrid Grove.
Our leads regarding Triss might not be numerous, but if we're going to find answers anywhere, it's got to be right here. I just hope she didn't get herself killed or imprisoned, as the guards around here seem to enjoy their torture side activities A bit too much.